Morning. It's May 8th, and we've got our giant Marconi peppers here. We're getting ready to get these in the ground, or actually in these raised planter boxes. In my playlist, I have these peppers where we grew last year on the other side of the house, and we rotate. So you can see here we've got two boxes here that's got we've got 12 plants here, and we're going to try to get these guys planted today. We're going to get some rain tonight, and the temperatures are going to be 70s and 80s during the day and 60s at night. So it's a perfect time to try to get these things planted, and they really need to get out of these cups. And you can see how nice these plants are looking. And several weeks back, we cut the tops out of these plants. And when we did that, because these plants get really tall, we had one last year. I've got the videos in the playlist that reached 2 inches over 7 feet tall. And they get such heavy peppers on them that if you let them get too tall, in high winds, your stalks will snap. So if you can see here, what I did is I pinched the very top out of these guys. Let me see, make sure I'm showing you there. And you can see all these lateral side branches. Get this barbecue skewer out of there. You can see how nice these branches on the side are coming out. Here's another one. But it kind of slowed down that vertical growth and kind of helped make these pepper plants a little more shorter and bushier. So we're going to see just how root bound these guys are. I can feel them. They're pretty solid in the cups. Let me stand back here. Oh, yeah. You can see that. It's just one white root mass. So what we'll do is maybe break some of these apart on the bottom here to keep them from spiraling around. It's easy if you break it, or it's okay if you break a few little roots, but there we go. One nice giant Marconi pepper. This is a 32-ounce cup. So we'll dig a hole, and I'll show you how I plant them. Right there. We've had quite a bit of rain, so that's good. We're getting more rain this evening. You can see how nice and rich and black this soil is in these boxes. We've been amended these boxes for many years. So we'll try to get us a nice hole here. Our little attack dog there, trying to be bigger than he is. I think he'd have lost that battle with that pit bull. Carlos. So, we make sure we got it down in there. We don't want to bury these plants any deeper than what they are here. You'll rot the stalks off. Hey, buddy, what you doing? So, start off. I use a tomato and vegetable fertilizer. This is low nitrogen. It's a 364. And we'll take a tablespoon of this and put in here. These beds have been amended over the fall with a lot of different amendments. Bone meal, blood meal, worm castings, peat moss, pro mix, grass clippings. So we don't need a lot of fertilizer to get these guys going. They're gonna take off when they Lord willing, they take off when they get in these boxes. We're going to put just a little bit of each in each hole, of it, each different fertilizer in each hole, and then if we see some deficiencies later on, we can top dress. So here's a tablespoon. This is a tablespoon of our tomato and vegetable fertilizer. And then I'll put about this right here is garden lime. It's 22% calcium and about, I think it was about 12% magnesium. So we should be pretty good with helping them out with the blossom end rot. We had some tomatoes here several years ago, and we got a little blossom end rot, so this should help with that. So we'll put that in there, and then we're going to add just a little bone meal, another tablespoon. And last year when I planted them, I added some magnesium sulfate, Epsom salt, because peppers like magnesium sulfate. But with me adding lime this year, I'm not going to do that because the lime itself has magnesium in it, the lime, garden lime. So we're going to stir this in. And these are seeds from these giant Marconi peppers that we saved last year. We had the biggest plant was 7 foot with the largest peppers, and we had a 4 foot plant with very large peppers, and we saved the seeds out of the largest peppers of both. And what I've done is, this is a giant Marconi small pepper, and the ones in the back are giant Marconi tall peppers. So we used the seeds from the tall peppers, and we planted 12 plants, or 6 plants, and we used the seeds from the smaller plant with the large pepper, and we planted 6 plants. And what we're trying to do is let them. I'm putting 6 or 3 small up front, 3 tall in the back, and hopefully we'll get some cross-pollination to try to stabilize this strain. I don't advise saving your seeds out of hybrid plants, but we did, and last year we planted them, and we got the most peppers and the best peppers we've ever had. So especially now when these plants are getting $5 and $6 in the store, and you can see how nice they are. So hopefully we'll get some peppers out of these guys this year. We'll get that right in the hole. I'm going to turn it where it won't. That's nice right there. We'll get this black soil back down in the hole. Actually, what I'll do is set that right there because I'll need that. This extra black dirt that we took out of the hole, I'll just put it in a bucket right here. So there we go. One giant Marconi down, 12 more to go, or 11 more to go. So let's see. We'll dig our hole. Move our compost over. This is our composted leaf mulch. This stuff is full of earthworms. I'm seeing a lot of earthworms. I hate to disturb them, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get your stuff planted. That'll sit down in there real nice. So now, if I'm a spoon, 1 tablespoon of bone meal, 1 tablespoon of garden lime, 1 tablespoon of organic fertilizer. There we go. You see again, it's time to get these plants in the ground. They probably went a little long in these cups, but that's okay. We're going to get them in the ground today, and the rains are coming in this evening or this afternoon, and we should be okay. And I've got some cages. I'm going to go ahead and slide down over these stakes to kind of help them out too. I think I've got enough to do all 12 of these. If not, we may have to go get a few, but there we go. That's going to help with these branches, with these peppers. If they do like they did last year, we had them 11 inches long, and some of them were big around as the diameter of this 32-ounce cup. I have the videos in the playlist to prove that. So we'll go ahead and get another one back here. Move this mulch back, this compost. I call it mulch, it's leaf compost. It's early. I'm trying to get this done early because we're supposed to get rain around noon. And I've got a few more things to plant on the other side of the house. Tablespoon of bone meal, tablespoon of garden lime, tablespoon of fertilizer. Wow, that's kind of tough to get out of there. There again, another root-bound plant. So we timed it about perfect on our planting, which usually doesn't work like that, but it did this year. So the Lord looked after us. There we go. that leaf compost out of the way. That's pretty good. Fertilizer, 1 tablespoon. Garden lime, 1 tablespoon. Bone meal, 1 tablespoon. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's nice. Jump back up here and do these other 2. Now, gardening is not a one-size-fits-all, and there are a lot of videos on YouTube of growing this strain by really good gardeners and really good gardening channels. I've got close to 10 years experience growing these peppers, and we stopped growing, once we grew these, we stopped growing our bell peppers. We don't do hot peppers. So because the flavor is great, the plants are a lot bigger and sturdier, and the peppers are so much larger. This is the only pepper variety that we grow. And I've done it for many years, and this is how we do it. And this is what works for us on our city lot here in the city. If you're out in the country, you've got better soil, you may not have to add these amendments. I do. It will slow the plants down just a little bit. It always does. I'll have probably 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks where they'll just sit and not do anything, even in the heat of the sun with the weather breaking and a lot of rain. And then all of a sudden they'll take off. I do top this variety. I don't advise topping your chili pepper plants or your bell pepper plants. I do this variety because the first year we grew them, we had cages, and they grew so tall above the cage that the high winds with the peppers broke the stalks off. So we top them. That creates lateral branching and slows down the vertical growth. And even after topping our plants last year, we had them 1 over 7 feet tall. So it's kind of, and like I say, these are hybrid seeds that we saved out of these hybrid peppers. I don't advise you to do it, but this is what we've done for 3 years now, and we're happy with it. They're not going to be all the same. We're trying to stabilize the strain, doing this every year, and eventually we're going to try to hopefully get something that's manageable. And with any luck, we'll have some nice peppers and some a nice harvest this year like we did last year. And those videos are in the playlist also if you're new to the channel. Garden line. Organic fertilizer. It doesn't have to be this brand, but this is what we use. Bone meal. We started these seeds out in 5-ounce cups and in Pro Mix and organic fertilizer and worm castings. And then we upstage them into 16-ounce cups, and then we upstaged them again into 32-ounce cups, and now they're ready to go in the ground. And you can see that lateral branching there. We've already got some peppers coming out on the top, which I don't really care for that, but what are you going to do? Hey, buddy, you going to help? What are you doing? Get out of there. You're going to get... I'll have to give you a bath. You like that bone meal? He loves the smell of bone meal. If I turn my back on him, he'll be eating it. Ain't that right, boy? Okay, let's get this last guy, then we'll call her done. You can see the earthworms are just crawling right out of the holes. It's good to see that these boxes are full of earthworms. That's pretty good. Garden lime. Bone meal. Fertilizer. Move these over here now. We're done with those. Make sure my video's still going. Well, there you go. That's 6 of them planted. 3 of the shorties up front, 3 of the tall ones in the back, and we will keep you along for the ride and show you how these things progress. If you're new to the channel, feel free to go back through our playlist and check out our harvest videos last year, these guys, and actually the planting video too. If you're new to this strain, it's very easy to grow. They're delicious peppers. And we're going to continue to grow them, and we'll keep you guys updated on videos as they grow. Hopefully the weather holds out for us, and we have a good year this year, and we get some good pepper videos coming up. I'm going to finish these up over here, and if you like the content of the channel, give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.